Maybe Meta and Instagram have finally lost their touch to reality because it's update season in social media town. We have quite a few interesting updates and leaks that didn't tell us about coming up here in this video. So first of all, our special friend Mark Zuckerberg, he had a conference talking about AI and all these crazy features and how they're gonna implement them in Meta/Instagram. Some things I'm not even sure why they're talking about. For example, they announced the ability that they have chatbots, and I'm sweating because it's very hot in this airplane. The ability to chat with AI chatbots, basically AI versions of celebrities. For example, Paris Hilton. Don't ask me why. 2007 me would have loved that, but there's that. But they also announced other things like image generation AI, things that are directly integrated with Meta and Instagram. For example, the /Reimagine comment, which is basically just a ripoff of Mid-Journey AI, where you can basically generate any type of image. At first I was like, why would they need that? They sort of have other problems as well. Why would they have to focus on that? Especially generating fake images, like we don't have these issues where people just show a fake world. Just putting that out there. But then I found some leaks of what they're actually planning with this thing, especially in the stories and in the posts, and it's gonna be very interesting and very controversial. So first of all, let me get this plane up in the sky. It's very hot in here, in case you didn't notice. For some reason, it's cold outside. I have to fly somewhere. And then I'll tell you all about the latest updates and the most important leaks that I could find somewhere in the internet. So I'll see you there.
Welcome here back on board on our flight. Trim is set for takeoff. Landing light is on. Flaps are set for takeoff. Your sector is clear. This is all good. And we're flying. Hello, this airplane flies like a father. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the updates. First thing, let's talk a little bit about the AI stuff, because it's freaking me out, as you might know. It's such a beautiful here. Let me just film this really quickly. I'm sorry, people. You just have to deal with this right now. I mean, is this amazing or what? Yeah, it is amazing. Okay, so the AI stuff, okay? Let's go back to the AI stuff. Basically, all of this crap with the AI chatbots, so you can talk to Mr. Beast. Basically, get to an AI version of Mr. Beast. Who the fuck cares about this? They have some specialties about them. I don't know. I don't care about this. It's not really important. But what they have about the AI is something called Restyle. We found some leaks. Actually, our old friend Alessandro Paluzzi found some leaks. Here's a screenshot of it. It says, reimagine this image by applying any visual style you can describe. And it made me think, what the f is this? Let me just go a little bit more up to 6,000 feet. It's interesting. You know, you probably know about Mid-Journey and all of these things. Because, yeah, I played around with it and I love it. But think about the implications that it has on social media, the actual social media platform like Meta or Instagram, where you can basically just come up with photorealistic shit and not being able to know whether it's real or not. I'm sure they're going to have some counter or some mechanisms to actually have, like, I'm sure they've got to put some take or something to say, well, this is basically a image, so don't get fooled. But remember this, what happened with the Pope? For a week, everybody thought this was actually a real picture with the jacket. So this is one thing you can do. The other thing that's also interesting about this whole AI stuff, what they also have are basically, they'll have a picture, something called AI brush, and what they say, you can remove unwanted objects from your pictures or your story. So let's say in your story you have something in the back, some person or something that's bothering you, you can now basically just with a brush change it. We don't have any pictures, we don't have any other information on how these two features are going to look like, but they are actively being developed. Plus then you can reimagine, let's say, show me in a room full of velociraptors, Jurassic Park style, or show me as a passenger of the Titanic. There you go. I guess this is going to be possible. It's going to be fun, but it's going to be an interesting feature, to say the least. The other thing, talking about stories right now, is first of all, yes, stories are going to get an overhaul. Follow me on Twitter, which I didn't tell anybody about my Twitter yet. I've started Twitter. Some people are reading already. It's basically a big trial for me. You can follow me there, or X. I refuse to say X. I usually repost these things or post Instagram leaks on there. But basically, stories, looks like stories will become the new feed, right? If you remember, Moziri already kind of hinted this whole thing in this interview. He did not do it with me, right? Some people were fooled. We have some turbulence now coming up. But basically, one leak that we have is stories with a frame around them. There's a frame, you can post a picture in the story and add a caption. It sounds very interesting, and it reminds me totally of the feeds. And they're playing around a lot with stories, actually. Also, there's another very crazy things they're toying around with, astrology. I'm not even gonna, but apparently it's something important. Don't ask me why. The other thing being something that's been requested, and there's some apps to do that. Basically, anonymous questions, where people can ask. Sometimes with the Q&As, we're uncomfortable asking you the juicy stuff. I know it from my own side. Next thing, which is going to be very, very important in my opinion, and I've been waiting for this to happen for the longest amount of time. Trying to find my friend's house. I don't find it. Map, terrain, engine. Assist. And then we're gonna, sorry for my sometimes absence, because I need to fly near. This is so beautiful. I need to show you this. Think about the Roman Empire and stuff. What is it? There's like, okay. And conversely, the other thing that's very important here, that they're also playing around with, and I've been waiting for this, all the other platforms, except for YouTube, okay, actually, TikTok has it, basically the ability to create 10-minute reels, which is something we've all been waiting for. It is my prediction that the reel landscape will be a lot, the whole short-form landscape will get a little disrupted by longer videos, but also, it doesn't mean that you can create short videos. On the creator mentorship, by the way, which is going to get another brand new awesome flash run, basically 10-week together, the accelerator run at the end of October, limited spots. I don't even know, maybe we don't even have spots anymore, depending on when this video will be done, where we go through every step of the process together as a group, right? So people come to the creator mentorship, and then I take a look at their content, and then they're like, I'll create 1-minute videos, 1-minute reels, and because you always tell me to create 1-minute reels, Dominik. And guess what? They don't have the ability to hold people's attention for these long reels, 10-minute reels, or 1-minute reels even. Of course, then it's better to create a 7-second reel or a 15-second reel, right? First, master the art of keeping people and creating a good video that's 7 seconds long. Then go, step your way up, sort of like here in the airplane. Step your way up into the sky. So if they say, well, 10-minute videos are going to be a thing on Reels, don't create 10-minute videos blindly and just, without any strategy behind it, and then create 5, 6, 7-minute videos and then come crying in the comments and say, well, it doesn't work. You say 10-minute videos are important. Now, obviously, they're playing around with a lot of more stuff, a lot of which is never going to be implemented. What? Something's wrong with the microphone. A lot of which is never going to be implemented. For example, they're also trying to play around with what they call public collections, basically just clone. I'm not sure about that, but maybe. Now, first of all, if you want to see the full video of me flying around here, possibly a longer version is available on my second channel at some point. I have some other, you probably don't know about it. Or here is actually an interview that I did not do with Adam Moziri, and he talked about basically the weird future of Instagram. See you there.